So today's topic, before we introduce yourself, is mainly going to be how you've scaled an agency. You know, you've deposited over $32,000 in the last 30 days while in college.
Yeah.
And that's what we're going to be going over on the call today. And you're 18 years old. And before we get started, can you kind of just tell everyone what you were doing before this and kind of how you got started into the business?
Yeah. So my name is Ammar Alsiraj. I started like middle of January. I graduated high school early and I was doing like a car detailing, reselling. I had like a job on the side as well. And then the day I was like working a job, like late night shift. I see Hakeem post like Mo Bush's first sale. And as that moment, I have Hakeem's number because I used to play soccer with him. I call him up and he tells me about the business. That night, I literally quit my job, and the next day, I'm in the office. So that's how much belief I had in the business after one recruiting call. And then from there, it's just been
No,
a roller coaster, learning ups and downs, mistakes. So yeah,
no,
basically.
absolutely, bro. And I remember when you first got brought in, you were doing your course in the office. And I remember you sending me messages
Yeah,
like, yo, how hard the test? Like, I really want to get started. And I knew you were hungry before
yeah,
I even knew you, really, you know? Where did that drive kind of come
yeah.
from?
I think it's just like been like always my passion for like business. Like I've always tried to done some like a side hustle. But then when I saw like when I came in the office, I was like, damn, it's just like straight out of like Wall Street. Like I was like, this shit's legit because there's a lot of people doing the same thing. It's not just me doing it. Because when you're trying to do like all these
Right.
online businesses, drop shipping, reselling, like cards, you're by yourself, you don't have that system around you. So, you know what I'm saying? So
No,
it's basically
100%,
why
bro.
I had so much belief in the system.
Yes, sir. And before we get into how you're doing it and managing everything, what's the big announcement you got for everybody?
Nah, so I dropped out of college a week ago just because it was costing me money. Like I might have been in college for free, but it was costing me money for my team. So I told Mahmoud I'm gonna do the decision. I just went up to my parents. I was like, yeah, I'm done. I'm gonna be making 100K a month one day. Like by the end of the year, that's a goal. So and they said, okay, in 1 year if you do that, then they might be disappointed right now, but later down the line they'll be fine. So
No,
yeah,
100%, bro. And the biggest thing I saw from you is like, even before getting on the call, you're like, we're gonna, we're supposed to do it about college, but you know what?
yeah,
That's gonna be even better. I'm gonna drop some game on them, and I'm gonna tell them exactly one, two, and three why I did it.
yeah.
So I know you were stressing while you were in classes because like you hated doing your schoolwork. You were like, dude, can I just pay my admin to do my schoolwork? Like while she calls my book of business. I was like, bro, what are you doing? And
No,
you were like, bro, like I'm seriously wasting time, like 4 or 5 hours a day, and like I could be dialing, I could be helping my guys. And again, you just asked yourself, you saw your why, and you wanted to put your head down and do it. Now, I want to get into it before kind of going into the business. You've really turned into it as not just like a salesman anymore. Like you see yourself as a sales leader, and you're actually building a business now.
yeah.
What is your team currently doing now, and how does that feel?
Last month, as of right now, from the numbers I got posted, is 112,000, and that's not like including Chubb numbers. So with Chubb numbers, we should have had like 135 around there, and then hopefully this month we should be aiming to do like around 130, 150, and then next month I'm trying to aim for like 250 because I got some new guys rolling in. So yeah, that's the goal.
Yes, sir. And like some of the craziest things, like for me, like growing my agency, it took me just about 2 years to crack that $150,000 mark. So whereas you're almost going to be able to do it within your first 9 months in the business. What are some things that kind of helped you gear that mindset towards the building and scaling?
Uh, from like going from like a selling to scaling is actually like harder than a lot of people think it is. Just because like selling, you just got to worry about yourself. Like you're dialing there, you're just locked in like yourself. That's how I was. I was just in a corner in a cubicle, like dialing for 3 months straight just by myself. But then when you have a team, you have like responsibilities on your shoulders. Like you got to become a whole different man. You got to change your whole personality, like a lot of stuff. because at the end of the day, everyone looks at you different. When you have a team, everyone copies and pastes everything you do. So
Hmm.
that's how
And
that's
I
the most.
remember when you first started building, you were kind of like, yo, I'm 18. Like, why would these guys listen to
Yeah.
me? To whereas now seeing how you train guys and keep them growing, what are some things you'd say to someone that's, scared of building or doesn't want to recruit?
Honestly, just like act like you're older than what you are. Like just act mature, honestly. Like, yeah, I'm 18, but like when I'm bringing on like older guys than me, I just gotta show them like the respect. You know what I'm saying? Like they gotta show me like you gotta show them like results, numbers, and then they can show you respect. Because if you don't have the numbers or results or show them how to like train them and all that, and you don't show them like the time and you that you care for them, then they're not gonna respect you. Because then, Dave, you don't care for someone more than they care for themselves, then it's not they're not gonna respect you. So being 18 is not that. I mean, yeah, it was hard in the beginning when bringing on people and trying to talk, train people that are older than me. It's hard, yeah, but you just have to get over that obstacle, and then from there, it's every day is gonna be easy.
Yes, sir. And now that you've dropped out of college and you freed up your schedule, what does your day-to-day life look like now? While you're still trying to hit your selling goals and same thing with building.
My like day-to-day schedule now is, I mean, I try to come in here about like 9 a.m. We have that team meeting in our office, 10 a.m. And then when I get like new agents roll in, like from like till like mid, like till like noon, I'll just train them. I'll just listen to their calls. I'll actually focus on just them. Like I don't need to focus on myself during those hours. And after those hours, I'll let them go loose. They dial on their own. And then that night, like I got to make sure that if they call me, then I know they care about the business. Because if they call me and they ask me what kind of tips, what questions, then I'm like, okay, I'll teach you how to do it. But I'm not gonna go out of my way that night and call you to be like, what did you do wrong? Because if you don't want it bad enough, then you can do your own thing.
Yeah. So from 9 to 12, you're just focusing on the team,
Yeah, I'm
hearing
just
them
focused
out,
on
helping.
training.
And then
Yeah,
from 12 to say 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, you're just dialing
I've been
head down.
down.
You're not answering any questions, nothing.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. Especially when I have like new agents rolling in. That's my schedule. Like the past 2 weeks, I haven't had new agents like licensed yet. So I have my schedule's been kind of wacky and with the college dropping out. But now, like now I got new agents, like my schedule's like that. Yeah.
Yes, sir. And now, like seeing you from when you first started to now, like how you were quiet and like I'd say like you were more introverted, kind of shy if you didn't really know anyone to how you are now. What's one thing you're most
Yeah.
proud of that you've seen for yourself and for your team?
I think what I'm most proud of myself is growing as a leader, overcoming like a lot of mistakes I've made in building a team. I think there's a lot of mistakes you can go through while building a team just because you don't know what you're getting yourself into a lot. Because from selling to scaling, you mess with people's emotions, you mess with people. Like you have responsibility of people and you have to understand how to communicate with them. Because like I told you, Mahmoud, like everything about scaling is all psychology. It's like, can you master communication with each person? Because each person has a different kind of frequency level of how you have to communicate with them. Because if you don't communicate them the good way, then that person's going to be off your team. Because like I told you, Mahmoud, if you can recruit 50 people, but can you keep 50 people? Right. So it's a matter of
Right.
like, can you manage all these people on you? So that's how I look at it. And that's what
Right.
I'm most proud
And
of
what
that
are
I've
some of
realized
those?
that.
No, I'm seeing it
So
in 4K in person. What are some of those mistakes that you made, early building on? And what would you have done different if you can go back or
I think starting off just like listening to my uplines a little more, like their tips and tricks. I kind of had a little ego. But like communication, honestly, just knowing how to communicate, just talk to someone like Mahmoud or anyone. Like, how do I communicate with this person? How do I, solve this problem or solve this? Because you will run into a lot of problems while scaling because you're dealing with a lot of people on your hand, responsibilities, especially if you're trying to scale at a fast level. You're gonna those problems are just gonna come your way, and you're gonna have to know how to overcome them. So that's one
just
thing I wish like I just you know asked you a little more questions about how to communicate and all that. But it just came at me so fast that I just learned it over time.
yeah,
So
no, and that's one thing you like you said earlier a minute ago is like once you have the track record, there's no reason someone that's trying to be like you shouldn't listen to you. And now you're in a
Exactly.
position where you understand like closed mouths don't get fed. Like it's okay to ask for help if you don't know the answer, how to communicate. And then one thing I learned is like you learned how to implement it too. Like I remember there was this one guy, he's not even in the business no more. Like I'm just gonna say it. 'Cause he came in the office with his girlfriend and he was like, yeah,
Yeah.
she's gonna get licensed or whatever. And like they weren't even dialing, like they were just sitting there kissing in the corner. And like I looked at you. I was like, yo, like that's
Got
not
it.
allowed. And then I said
Yeah.
something, and then they were doing it again the next day. And then like you already knew, you were like, yo, you say I was like, nah, you say something. And that's
Yeah.
part of those things that help you grow not only as a leader, but as a businessman and as an individual. Because it's those things that are uncomfortable. Like, yeah, that's your boy, and you've known him for however long. But like now you understand that this is a business. And like if you don't treat it like a business, it'll never pay you like a business. And so now
Yeah.
if that guy was still in the business and he was sitting there making out with this girl in the lobby, you'd tell him to go home
Uh,
with the same
yeah.
energy. How would you tell him to get out of here?
I was like, go the fuck home. Like, go do that shit at your house. Fuck, I ain't doing that shit in my head, my face. That's weird as fuck. Making out in my office, like that was, yeah. I don't know why what I was doing, but it's okay. I learned, you know.
Nah, it
Um,
was a funny time. What's another thing you'd have to say to someone that is, again, scared to post about the business or even share what they do?
I would say just don't care what people think. Honestly, like I started posting and I post consistently. I don't know if y'all have seen on my Instagram. Like I try to post as much as I can, even if it's like raw content. Just pull out your phone, just record. Like that's one thing I do wish I do also when I started was posting my journey. Like, I wish I was recording every time I went in the office or recorded when I was gonna go take my test to pass a license. Right. That's what I'm telling my new guys to like do now. Like because now I can teach them to not go over those mistakes. So I feel like,
And make
That
sure
was
you
my
guys
old one.
record
Years.
but no,
that.
I feel like when you start off, like don't be scared to post. You don't need the results in the beginning. Like people want to see the journey. People don't want to see all of your results. Yeah, that is good to post, like your deposits, all that, like your numbers. But then they want to see what you're doing to get there. Like what are the mistakes? What like yeah, the days you don't sell. Like are you gonna post it? Yeah, you have to because at the end of the day, they want to see the real truth. So I would say like if you're like your first month in your business, I'll start posting right away. Because I'm honestly, I think I started posting my second or third month in my business, which I wish I started like my first month. And right when you start posting, you'll see the growth over time and you'll get recruits without you even knowing they came from social media. And they'll tell you, oh, I came from your post and you didn't even know that.
Yeah.
So that's one
And
thing
then
I do
sharing
wish.
other people's ones as well is something you do really good
Exactly.
at.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
Eric Alcantara, he sold over $40,000 in 1 week and
Yeah.
like consistently selling. And you're constantly sharing wins about him. Tanner
Yeah.
Fitzpatrick, like he hit his first 13K, he hit 10K a week for the first time, but he hit 13K. And then he's
Yeah.
gonna do it again. And you're constantly showing that. And I think that's why you're growing at a fast rate, is because like yeah, people can see you win all the time, but they get tired of seeing you win. They love it when they
Yeah.
see other people with you.
Exactly. That's one thing I do want to touch on. Like when building a team, you got to care about your boys, like your guys' pockets before your pockets. Because when you start thinking about your pockets before their pockets, it's just like you're not gonna be able to scale a team because your pockets will be full later down the line if you get their pockets full. You know, because then day like when you're building a team, it's not like we are selling by yourself. When you're selling by yourself, you get paid the next day, the next Wednesday. But when you're building a team, you gotta think like long term. Like, you're gonna be paid like long term, you know? Because that's how a business is. You're not gonna it's not instant. So that's what I will say as well.
No, that's
You
big facts.
gotta
I
always
was talking about that with Wiley yesterday, and it's like it's the same thing with clients. Like if there's no why, there's no buy. It's the same thing with an agent. If there's no why, there's no buy. And as a leader, you have to know your purpose, because if it's just about money, 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 like you can only go so far. But when it's about a purpose and you serve with your heart about changing lives, just like how you've changed your life and you want to change others' lives, that's what's gonna keep you going to the next level, bro. So I'm proud to see what you've been doing, and I'm excited to see where you go.
sir.
What do you think you'll finish the year at team wise? at the way you're going?
I I honestly think we can hit half a mil a month by the end of the year. Like I honestly think with our pace, I think if everything goes right, I think we'll hit half a mil a month by the end of the year. That's my goal.
Let's go.
The annual
Drop a one in
convention.
the chat if you think Team Big Mars is gonna hit half a mil by the end of the year. I know you can hit it. I don't think. And I want you to tell everyone because I know you got some game plans in your head. You know, you come from playing soccer, so what are
Yeah.
some things you're gonna implement and keep doing to make sure you get to that $500,000 a month market, as an 18-year-old turning 19?
Yeah, so I turned 19 this Saturday. So, but I think my game plan is honestly like I have 10 directs now, and I have like 2 or 3 onboarding. I really want to I want to create managers. I want to create leaders. When you create leaders, that's when you become a big team, honestly. So I want to get like all my top producers, managers, make them leaders, and make them do stuff like that I wish I did in the beginning, and help them grow rapidly. And then from there, it's just go time, and then just keep recruiting, posting every day. And then I have an admin now, so she should be helping out. I say get an admin as soon as you start making 15,000 a month. Just get an admin for your outbound IG book of business. Even though if you don't see like results your first 2 weeks with it, she's got to give it time. Eventually, she'll like that admin will hit that one recruit that will change your business. So
Yes, sir.
I think it's the
And before we open it up to questions, do you have anything uh you want to drop them off with?
um basically, I mean, like if you're like a upline of new agents, honestly, one big thing to like implement for them is give them like a daily tracker. That's literally the biggest thing. Like Mahmoud saw it for me. Like I literally tracked all my dials when I started, especially when you're getting started. It's the biggest thing because you go back to the basics, and it's something to, show your upline and be like, okay, I did all this. Like I just showed you, like, help me out. Like I want to make more money. How can I do it better? But shout out to Hakeem too. He calls me like every night. So he calls me every night, checking up on me, always like, seeing how the team's doing. And that's something as upline you got to do as well when you're scaling. You got to call your boys sometimes at night, be like, just checking in on everything. And that's how like you show that you care for your boys on your team. So yeah. Shout out Hakeem.
Shout out Hakeem, the dream man.
Sir.
Cool.
But yeah,
Well, nah, bro. Keep doing what you're doing, Habibi. I'm proud of you. And like I said, by the time you're my age, your team better be doing 100 million a month, boy.
I got you. Got you.
Well, let's go, guys. Closed mouths don't get fed. So if you guys have any questions about selling, scaling, feel free to ask. We'll take the next 10, 15 minutes answering questions. All right, we got Vincent Banda got his hand raised.
What's up, Vincent?
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Oh, yeah. So I'm a full-time college student also. I graduate in December. So I mean, I'm about to finish and everything.
Mm-hmm.
What like 3 tips that you would give me, uh, I guess to produce more, because right now I'm on a pace for like I'm getting 2, 3 sales a week. What could like any advice or like 3 tips you would give me to help me get over that hump of just producing
Yeah.
more in general?
Yeah. I mean, what's your schedule looking like right now?
So I have 2 classes a day. Uh, in the morning, 9:30, and then I have one afternoon class. So like in between classes, I'm dialing most of the time. I'll be quite honest. And when I first started out, I was a little skeptical. I'm not gonna lie, because I mean I didn't really believe in it. I'm not gonna lie about that. But I mean I saw my first deposit. It was a banger. It was almost 5,000. So I mean
Yo,
I'm putting
man.
more time in for sure. But yeah, I mean like for the most part, I'm dialing when I'm not in school. Uh, I mean, yeah,
I mean, yeah, I mean, whenever you're not in college, just dial your ass off. That's all you can do. I would say
right.
or if you're talking about your skill issue, I would say, do you have a daily tracker? Do you have any kind of like,
I do. Yeah, yeah, I do have a daily tracker. I got that day one
yeah, so I would say
when I
just keep
first
tracking
started.
your dials. And after you track your dials, literally that night, have you ever like went up to your upline or someone, that top producer, and asked them questions?
Yeah, he's actually in here. I feel like I bother him too much sometime with questions. I'm always texting him or calling him, but I mean,
Hey,
I
that's
got so
what he
many
gets
questions
back.
I ask him.
Yeah.
No,
And then the butt in
I love
for
it.
you, Vincent. I was gonna say, yeah, bug him because you only gotta bug him for so long till you become a master at this. And like,
Right.
he's gonna earn his override same way. But another thing I want to say, because when I got into this business, bro, I was just graduating college. This was like just about 4 years ago. And
Right.
like for me, the transition was like I was graduating in a month. I had a business finance and management degree, and like I just quit my job. Like I didn't even make any sales, bro. Like I just knew Wiley.
Hmm.
I watched him for 18 months and I took a leap of faith. And I'd say the
Yeah.
biggest thing I did when I was finishing up, because I still had 4 days of classes, even in between my classes, bro, like there's usually a study room or something you can just pop in there. And I would literally just finish my homework early as hell, dial in between classes, dial after classes, literally on campus, bro. And I would treat it as if like I
Yeah.
own that all. And that first month, bro, I
Yeah.
saw like $10,000 and I was like, this is it.
Right. Yeah, because now I'm even at the point where I'm doing my homework like during class, so that way I don't have to worry about it when I'm out of class and I'm able to dial and
Exactly.
stuff like that.
Exactly, bro.
But
And because you're almost done with class anyway, so I say just thug it out and be real disciplined and just make sure you're hitting your numbers, man. Like I always tell people, $500-$600 a day minimum.
right.
That was a
Alrighty,
great
I
question,
appreciate that. Thank you, bro.
sir. All right, we got next
And
hand
man,
raised 10, man.
What's
it's
up,
him, man.
Lamar?
What's up,
So
boy?
if I gave you a team full of people, who didn't believe in themselves at all, how would you build their belief from, zero to up?
Um, you just gotta like put as much belief in them. Like for example, like the biggest guy I think was Chavion. Like shout out Chavion Robinson. This
The
guy,
Robinson.
his first month, he didn't sell not one policy. Like I've never seen someone struggle more than him. And like I'll tell you right now, when I took him to the Arizona trip, he just nobody thought he would ever make a sale. And I was the only like I was actually always coming up to him like, hey bro, like don't give up, don't give up. Like you just gotta have that one person that actually believes in you and it'll eventually like click. If you always have that one person that will always believe in you, it will click eventually because you always know there's someone believing in you. So if I had a full team, I would just keep believing in them as much as possible. And talking about the Ignite event, I'll say if you're going to an Ignite event in your upline, make sure you take everyone you can get. Like changes the scalability of a business. So yeah,
Facts. Good
yes sir.
question, Tanner. Kareem, you got next question?
Assalamu alaikum. I was gonna ask, when you first started, what was your biggest mistake that like you wish you could prevent from happening now, like your future self?
Like producing wise,
Yeah.
my biggest mistake, honestly, just I kind of like 1 month I just spent a lot of my money. Like it was stupid to me. Like I traveled a lot for like 1 month after I produced a good amount, and I thought I was comfortable for a little. I'm not gonna lie, and then like it hit me when summer came around and stuff. When I was like actually seeing the results, I was like, damn, I'm not where I want to be at. So that's when I started really scaling. So honestly, just be smart with your money, be smart with your time, and doesn't matter how much money you make, always work as hard as you are as hard as you worked in the beginning. Because if you don't, you'll the money will just go away. So
Yeah. No, that's
That
that's
sounds
big
good.
fact right there. Because in this business, if you're not growing, you're dying at the end of the day. And
yep.
like,
Yeah.
yeah, that's the biggest thing I'd really say is just constantly keeping it on a swivel. And the biggest thing I would say, like I wish I would have done honestly, is believed in myself more and believed in the business more and started recruiting a whole lot earlier. And like, it's selfish of us not to because yeah, this really is the greatest opportunity out there. Like, there's nowhere else out there where you can, put your head down and make a sale and make, 500 or $5,000 in a day.
Oh yeah. And then another thing I wanted to ask y'all was what was y'all's biggest problem while while on board?
Well, what?
For me, dude, like I've been in it for 4 years, and it was figuring out all the hard stuff. So like we used to have to go out in person. We used to have to book appointments. We used to have to pay $30 a lead, $80 a lead. So like figuring out the hard stuff was like I say it all the time. Like, dude, me and Wiley, we crawled through the shit so our guys could run, and like we genuinely mean that. To where now our guys got leads for themselves, and they have scripts in place, they have trainings. So now it's literally like, dude, guys don't know how good they got it now. You know?
Yeah. So you did all the test and trial, and then from there it just ran on its own.
Yes, sir.
All right. Sounds good. Appreciate it.
Absolutely,
Yes,
absolutely.
sir.
Joel, you got a question?
Yes, sir. So I just got contracted. I'll be heading up to the office this coming weekend. What are the biggest tips, I guess, for somebody that's just starting, for somebody that, I mean, I have no experience in this. I've been a barber my whole life, so I don't know what to expect when I get there.
I would say be a sponge, go through your first 30 presentations, like going over their health, why they need the coverage, and then you'll have a much better idea of what you're doing. But just like when you first got in barber school, you didn't really know anything, you had to start with the basics. Same thing here. Just make sure you got the right mentors, you're listening to the right people. And remember, at the end of the day, bro, like the worst thing that can happen to you on these phone calls, Joel, is they'll just hang up on you and say no and just
Yes,
call the
sir.
next lead.
Yes, sir. Is there anything I should expect, like moving forward? Is there anything I should, I guess, watch out for or like be in mind of?
Not really. I mean, you landed with the best team, I'll tell you that. Uh, it's up to you. Like you got the blueprint, you got the playbook, but it's up to you to take that play and run with it or plug into it and do it. So I would say, the harder you work, the luckier you get. Make sure you're hitting those 500, 600 calls and treat it like a business. As a barber, you control your schedule. So if your
Yes, sir.
schedule's not open, you don't got clients booking, you're not making money. It's the same way
Yes,
here,
sir.
bro. Like you got to fill up your chairs. And like the reason I'm using these gimmicks because like I helped this business allowed me to help open up my brother a shop with him.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
But
Thank
no,
you.
it's a good question. Yes, sir. Cool. Do we got any other questions, guys?
Yeah, Ahmad, I got a question for you.
Yes, sir. What's up, boy?
What's up, baby? Also, how'd you take that leap of faith to drop out of college, knowing that we're out of parents, they want you to be a doctor, a lawyer, or anything like that. How'd you, convince them that this is it? This is the career for me.
Honestly, my parents weren't really happy about it. I mean, they're still every time I bring it up, they're just disappointed. So I try not to bring it up, and they're happy with me when I don't bring it up. But honestly, why I took the leap of faith was because I see like 19, 20-year olds depositing 100K a month in this business. Like, why can't I? You know? So I was like, why not? I mean, if I can do it as soon as possible, I'll do it as soon as possible. There's no time to be wasted in this business because at that point you don't want to be left in the dust. So that's why I took that leap of faith and just said, fuck it, I'll just drop out. There's no reason for me to be in this. My parents will eventually realize.
And eventually
So
realize you're gonna get paid as much as a doctor. Love it. For sure.
exactly.
Much more.
Okay.
Much more.
All right. We got last question. We got Zach.
Yo, what up, guys? So I'm about like 1 month in and I'm going through like a 10-day dry streak, if I'm being honest with you guys. Things are getting a little rough here. What would you guys kind of tell me to what's like a piece of advice you have for me that can kind of keep me afloat here through this rough time?
You want to go first,
Honestly,
more?
yeah. So for me, like this is what I tell my guys when they're on a dry streak is like just like what Mahmoud tells me, like look at your past 30 days and look at your next 30 days, like what you can accomplish. Because if you see others succeeding in this business, like it's eventually gonna click for you, you know? Like for one of my downlines, like Eric, Like it didn't click for him until like 3 weeks after this business, and now he's launching off. Like he's top is in the leaderboards every week, every month. So honestly, like if you just keep in mind, like yeah, if you just keep pushing it, eventually it will click. It'll happen. You know what I'm saying? Because it's business at the end of the day, bro. You're not gonna get paid every day. It's not a job. You know, you're gonna have those dry streaks. You just got to accept it because you got yourself in a business, not a 9 to 5 job. So if you think like that, you'll be fine. And always just watch like videos at night or something to help you mental reset or just talk to your uplines or something like that. Just something that will get your mind off where it's gonna mentally like hurt you, you know.
Yeah.
Correct.
And like I told, it's the same thing, bro. Like when Ammar got started, like what was that streak you went on, bro? Was it like 8 days, 9 days?
Yeah.
Dude, he was going insane, bro. And like I was like, dude, come sit in my office. Here's the tracker sheets, and we're gonna see exactly what you're doing wrong. Because like in this business, bro, it only breaks down to three things, Zach. Like it's your lead flow, which is your cash flow, your training, like are you genuinely trying to get better? Are you plugging into the system? And your mentorship as someone that's done it, listening to you, helping you, right? So you gotta ask yourself, are you buying leads? You know, you're a month in. I don't know if you are or not. If you're still on gold mine, you're probably looking to buy in here soon. But like, is your skill set there? Are you
Yeah.
plugging into the trainings? Are you working? Are you hitting those dials every single day? So with Damar, dude, the very first day, on his like, what was it, the eighth or ninth day of his cold streak, I had gotten back from out of town, sat beside me, gave him his tracker sheet. Bro made 500 some dials, got shut up on this many times at the intro. He got three social objections, and then he had like three banking objections. And I was like, bro, you don't suck at this job. You're just like not saying one or two things. And like you're talking a little too fast. Maybe slow it down a little bit. Remember DMV worker. Because if you talk fast and you talk like, hey, how you doing, sir? Like you sound like a salesman. No, like these old people want to be helped. They don't want to be sold. So always
Yeah.
remember that like every single day is a brand new day, bro. Look around you. Like, are you in Texas? I don't know where you're at. If you're in an office or
No, I'm
where are
out. I'm
you
just
at? You're in
working
your office,
from home. I live in Portland, Oregon.
Portland, Oregon. So I mean, bro, get out to Ignite. Get out to these office lock-ins. Like there's one in Austin next month. And like those events will genuinely help you because yeah, it's you can make a lot of money from home. Like I ran my business the first 2 years from home, but the guys that are at the next level that are hitting the top leaderboards that are growing the quickest, every single one of them's in an office, maybe like a rare
Yeah.
exception was like Joseph Connolly, like the golden boy. But
Yeah.
like realistically, that's all it is, bro. And don't beat yourself up about it. And like they can smell commission breath. If you're just sitting there trying to sell them a product, serve with your heart, ask the right questions, and just keep putting the numbers in your favor, man. You got it, bro.
All right. I appreciate that, guys. Thank you.
Yes,
Sir.
sir.
And Leighton.
Yeah, appreciate the time, you guys, for all the knowledge and everything. So, question for both of you guys: when you guys are recruiting, are you guys mainly hitting, other salespeople, whether it's from door to door, like pest control, solar? Or are you guys hitting other life insurance guys, or how are you reaching out through DM? Because obviously, you don't want to DM just like a random person, right?
Nah, you do want to DM a random person. Nah, I'm just
Okay.
playing. But you definitely want to like have a target, whether it's door to doors, pest, or previous life insurance. You should honestly target all of them because we can help them all. And like what Amar just started doing, he can talk a little bit more. But like, dude, it's like once you get rolling, it's what $400 a week at most to pay, an admin to sit there and DM people and post on your social media, book appointments and running ads that way, you're able to get random, recruits that way, but you're still in a sense able to target them. And they don't need to be salespeople, but find your target niche, like Amar's college students, athletes, high school graduates that are playing sports, Find
Yeah,
something you want to target and attack it all. Because there's not one set industry that's gonna, be the best over the other.
of course,
Like our
yeah.
top sales guys come in with no sales experience.
Mm-hmm. Cool.
Yeah. Just get an admin. If you start when you start depositing like 15K a month, it's like 300 a week, and just have them like set like solar, pest control, college kids, athletes, anyone honestly, like anyone like that has like a background of like work ethic or like sales. honestly.
Same thing. Current life insurance agencies, go on your Instagram, type in, AIL. Look at their leaderboards, hit up those guys. Like the top guys did 5,000 last week. Like, yo, our guys are doing 5,000 a day. Like, are you happy where you're at? Like, you keep your options open, you know?
Of course. Appreciate you guys.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Awesome. Well, guys, if we don't got any other questions, thank you, Ahmad, for hopping on and dropping some knowledge, bro. I'm proud of you. And you've been able to do some amazing things, but it's nothing close to what you're about to accomplish here soon, brother. Keep it up.
Oh, yes, sir. If anyone has questions, I'll drop my Instagram in the chat. You guys always can DM me and see my content, see how it actually looks, and then you guys can duplicate it. Always.
Go.
Let's go. Yes, sir.